All right, okay. We'll call this Barren County Fiscal Court to order. May 6, 2025, regular scheduled meeting at 9 a.m. Please call roll.
Jeff Watts.
Here.
Eric Pettigo.
Here.
Tim Darrow. Is absent. Tim Kumar.
Here.
All right.
Marty Kinslow.
We'll call this Barren County Fiscal Court to order. I will, May 6, 2025. I don't like hearing myself. Please call roll.
Ronnie Stinson.
Here.
Brad Gross.
Here.
Judge Barren.
Here, sorry, I was making sure you got that done, okay. First off, well, before we, immediate adoption of the orders of the day, I need a motion and a second to adopt the orders of the day. Motion by Coomer. Second by Watts. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the materials and supply bids. And this is for the road department, correct, yes. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start with Mr. Coomer, since he met with the committee yesterday. The way we will do this today, magistrates, is because we don't want to kind of go back and forth. Mr. Richardson couldn't be here today. He's short an attorney, so he has to be in court today, so he will not be here, and we don't want to kind of deal with any legal issues of kind of going back and forth. So I want to have him read the bids, discussion, then motions made and vote. I don't want to, because it's an open meeting, it's a regular scheduled meeting, we can do that, making sure I did correct that, that's correct, we can discuss before we can make motions, so discussion, if there is discussion, needs to happen before a motion is made, okay? You have the floor, Mr. Kramer.
Okay, just want everyone to know this is gonna get a little boring, but we have to read all these bids out loud. Before we do that, before I forget it, can I go ahead and make a motion that we take bids on Old Davis Road before I forget?
Yes, we can go and do that, I need a motion and a second to, are you making a motion?
Yes.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor to seek bids for Old Davidson Road repair. And we will proceed with using some money from Frankfurt for that. Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries.
Okay, we're gonna start off on crushed stone.
So real quick, before we get started, I do need to explain that, Mr. Durham is not here today due to a family emergency. It's not that he's not here to support his constituents. He's had a terrible tragedy happen in his family. We all need to keep him in our thoughts and our prayers. Okay.
Okay, crushed stone, we received 2 bids, each stone from Scotty's and Park City Stone. First on the 9s, Scotty's $19.85 per ton, Park City Stone $13.50 per ton. 2s and 3s, I'm sorry. Scotty's $15 a ton, Park City Stone $11.50. 10s and 11s, Scotty's $19.85 a ton, Park City no bid. 57s, Scotty's $16 a ton, Park City Stone $13.50. Class I sand, Scotty's $19.85, Park City Stone $11.50. Dense grade, Scotty's $14 a ton, Park City Stone $11.50. Channel lining, Scotty's $17, Park City Stone $11.50. 68s, Scotty's $19.85, no bid, Park City Stone. Shot rock, excuse me, Scotty's $17, Park City Stone 10. On the field, no bid from Scotty's, Park City Stone $5.50. Number 4s, no bid from Scotty's, Park City Stone $10.50. And the CSB, no bid from Scotty's, Park City Stone $10.50. Delivery per ton, Scotty's is $5.20, Park City Stone is $3.90. And, the clean dense grade, Scotty's is $8 a ton. And the wash nines are $21.35, no bid from Park City Stone. It's you said before we make the motion, we have discussion.
Yeah, and are there any discussion items on these two bids? And to reiterate, the reason why we're reading all the bids is that we're both just struggling this morning. It's spring in Kentucky, right? The reason why we're reading the bids is requirement of the audits, just, some notes that we were told that we needed to do, and I'm trying to do better at that. So we are reading all the bids today. So discussion now before motion is made.
I've
So-
got a question.
Sorry.
Do we need to go with one, either one of these overall, or are we allowed to mix and match these different grades of the material in order from each, or do we have to go with one on that?
Marty, you can go with both, honestly, because both, that I would make you understand that you don't have to just pick one. You can actually go with both bids, you can accept both, and because honestly, that would be part of my recommendation, because there's certain things that one offers that the other one does not.
Yeah,
That-
well, I mean, obviously, Park City overall is lower on most items. But once again, maybe they don't have all the items, and there are a couple that we might rather get. I just don't know, are we able
Yes,
to do it all at part, to
yes,
use a phrase
that was gonna be.
I believe everybody understands.
Okay.
Because we use a lot of 10s, 11s, and, we're not able to get Park City Stone, so.
If you do accept both, it's at the discretion of the road department to decide who they use at what time and for what type of item, correct?
And it could also be that, if you need them that day, maybe one of them doesn't have a available. Am I correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Any more discussion? Okay, I need a motion.
So move, we accept both bids.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor. We accept both bids for crushed stone from Scotty's and PC Stone. Anything?
Second.
Second by Stinson. Discussion left? Good, knocked it out. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next.
Our next bid's on metal galvanized pipe. We only received one bid from Lesterberry Do It Center, but I still need to go through.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to based on the audit.
All right. 12-inch, this is metal pipe, 12-inch round $15.99. No arch in the 12-inch. 15-inch 2019 arch $23.99. These are per foot, by the way, I said that. 18-inch round $25.59 arch $30.09. The 14 gauge 24-inch round $44.99 arch $53.09. The 12 gauge 36-inch round $86.99 per foot arch $94.09. The 48-inch round $126.99 arch $143.99. The 60-inch, the round $159.79, the arch $178.79 per foot.
All right, so that is the bid for the metal galvanized pipe. We need a motion or discussion, any discussion, there's only one bid, so that should be minimal discussion.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, motion on the floor to accept the Lesson Mary Do It Center bid for metal galvanized pipe. Second by Mr. Gross. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Okay, next is our plastic pipe. This is cost per foot. 12-inch $8.09. There's no arch in the plastic, so I'll just be giving you the round. 15-inch, 1149 per foot. Yes, this is less than, yes, sorry. 18-inch, 1599 per foot. 24-inch, 2599 per foot. 36-inch, $50.99 per foot. 48-inch, $82.39 per foot. And 60-inch, $157.99 per foot.
Okay, so we have, you read them all right, with the roll. Okay, one bid on the plastic pipe. Shouldn't be much discussion. I need a motion and a second.
Make motion.
Motion by Kinslow, second by Gross. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next.
Okay, road oil. All right, from asphalt materials. The AE
Oh, sorry,
9.
hold on, no, asphalt, you passed asphalt, sorry.
Oh, I get that order.
Yeah.
I can make it back.
Just in regards to the order of the way that the bids were
Okay.
put in.
Plant mix asphalt, I'm sorry. I got it. Okay, we had 2 bids on that, Scotty's and Cleary's. For base plant mix asphalt, Scotty's $74 per ton. Cleary's $70 per ton. Surface material, Scotty's $77 per ton, Cleary's $76 per ton. Installation, Scotty's $9.90 per ton, Cleary's $13 a ton. Base install, of course, we had the installation and the base. Scotty's base is $83.90 per ton, Cleary's $83 per ton. On the surface, Scotty's $86.90 per ton, Cleary's $89 per ton.
Discussion.
Good. First of all, I'd like to apologize to Chairman Coomer. We talked about this in meetings, and I was on Zoom, and just to be honest, maybe wasn't paying attention as well as I should have. But,
Still not working.
Yeah.
But anyhow, in studying about this last night, I really think that we should accept both of these bids and track theories and see, this is in my district, gonna furnish jobs in my district. And also I'd like to see what type of product they put out as far as paving roads and how they fix the surfaces as they're doing this. So, again, sorry, Tim, I should have paid more attention yesterday.
Does anyone else have anything?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, yeah, you can.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept both bids.
Yeah, there's a motion on the floor.
I second that.
Second by Bots. Any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed?
No,
No,
Was that 2 no's?
yeah,
Okay. Next.
next is the road oil. Okay, asphalt material, AE 90, formulated for the patcher. This is from asphalt material, $2.60 per gallon. AE 200 machine mix, $3.10 a gallon. Bug meal rental included, 30 cents per gallon. RS2, $2.40 per gallon. HFRS2, $2.45 a gallon. Fog seal, $2.15 per gallon. Okay, then we're going to Marathon Petroleum. The HP2 high performance CM. They had no bid. Pre-made mix hall, this is for the cold mix, right? $137 a ton. Hudson Material, AE 200 machine mix, $2.84 a gallon. HP2 Enviro patch, $3.94 a gallon. Bug meal rental, 29 cents per gallon. And RS2 or equivalent is $2.59 per gallon. So anyway, you want discussion? Right,
Correct, yes.
my recommendation is we take all bids on that. Recommendation.
Any discussion on this before we make motions? So you've not made a motion yet, but you're recommending taking all these bids here. Okay, I need a motion.
I make that form of a motion that we set all bids on the road to work.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor. I need a second.
Second.
Second by Simpson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Next is,
Snow and ice.
I'm sorry.
Snow and ice is next. Snow and ice is
Snow and
next,
ice.
sorry.
I'm sorry. Snow and ice, yes, we had one bid on snow and ice removal. Is at $150 per mile per 6 inches of snow. And we only received one bid. So I guess this is only in case we are so overwhelmed that we can't get it all done, we have to hire some extra help. So my recommendation is we accept the one bid that we got.
Okay, so any discussion on this before you vote? I will say this, they have also done neighborhoods for us too, like dead ends. M&M excavating, sorry. Yeah, so I need you said a motion. Did you make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept that bid.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor by Mr. Coomer, second by Mr. Gross. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thanks.
Okay.
Yep.
Next bid was on fuel. This is something we haven't done in the past, but our auditor said we had to do. We got two bids, one from Tri-County and one from Thomas Oil. So as the bids read here, Tri-County on unleaded fuel, $2.35 per gallon. Thomas Oil, $2.30.5 per gallon. On road diesel, Tri-County, $2.47 per gallon. Thomas Oil, $2.63.6 per gallon. Off-road diesel, Tri-County, $2.25 per gallon. Off-road diesel, Thomas Oil, $2.39 per gallon. Both of these people agreed to put set furnished tanks at the road department, any size that we need. They both will be available 24/7.
And make sure everyone understands, the reason why we're having to bid this is because of the audit, the amount of money that was spent on fuel last year in the road department, and also the amount of money that's been spent on fuel in the sheriff's department would have to be bid. That would not affect any other department, so it wouldn't affect, any other department that just pays for their fuel separately, which would be like Parks and Rec, emergency management, any one of those entities, their amounts are so small compared to these two departments, we would have to bid this out. So,
And this bid is only.
For the road
road
department. yes,
Not
that's
the
exactly
sheriff's.
right. Yeah, we'll have to bid yours completely separate.
Well, I've got a question. Right off the bat, there's a little bit of difference in the gasoline. There's a wide difference in the diesel bids. I believe what I'd like to know to be able to make this decision is at least an estimate of how much gasoline we're talking about and how much diesel, there's a little more to look at than just price per gallon. I almost need to know what the estimate on each fuel would be to make a logical decision.
Well, Susan, you help me here. We use more on-road diesel than any other fuel we use.
Correct.
Because- Sorry.
In the road department,
Yeah,
correct?
at the road department, this is all transportation, nothing to do with
Yeah.
it. And, we're, as I talked to the road supervisor, we're looking maybe to converting more trucks that we get in to diesel instead of gas, so we're gonna be using more of that. Probably next would be gasoline, maybe. Would we use more gasoline, we do off-road?
Probably just depends time of year.
300 to 500 gallon every 2 weeks,
Of gasoline?
800 to 1,000 gallon off-road fuel every 2 weeks.
The last statement I got for 15 days was 768 point something gallons of diesel at the pump. Then they bring off road to the road department.
More discussion before,
On the bid packet, the Thomas All had bid on pump price, because on bid, that's what it asked for, pump price. So they did bid on pump price. It's 10 cents less a gallon all to the road department.
Would you mind repeating that?
Say it louder, please. Would you just?
Thomas Hall had bid on, according to the bid packet, they had bid on pump price. All through the county barn is 10 cents less a gallon, whether it's unleaded gas, road fuel, or all.
So what you're saying, even the number that I'm looking at is actually gonna be 10 cents cheaper?
Yes, that's what they told me yesterday, and went and talked to them. Plus,
why wouldn't they turn?
plus, Thomas Hall waives the federal tax. Where, Tri-County Oil said they had to charge federal tax.
Hey Susan, how often do the trucks go to the site on Esco Drive, fill up? Daily?
Sometimes, yeah, depending on what we're doing.
Which is very much a waste. We need to have tanks at the road department where they can fill up before they go out on their job, and not have to drive across town to fill up. Whoever gets the bid. This is something I've, of course, this is. But, so you're saying, Squire Video, that what they bid us is not what we're buying for?
No,
Why would they?
If you go to the pump out there and get it, that's what it's gonna cost us. But if it's delivered, because the bid that was sent out to them said for pump price. And it also says 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year availability within the city limits of Glasgow, Kentucky.
I think that was pertaining to the road department, right, the sheriff's.
Well, the bid was created for everybody, and that was extracted specifically.
But that's because we're going to the pump and get it, if we have bulk tanks.
And will both of these entities do the tank at the road department like you talked about? Okay,
Any size tank,
No delivery charge.
no delivery charge,
Well, that's
maintenance,
great.
both of them maintain the tanks, filters.
what's our current price we're paying? Just curious, you may know,
It's different.
like where we at right now?
Whatever's on that list.
Okay.
That's
That's where we're at right now. Okay.
When it,
Okay,
and when it gets down, and we'll let Garland speak on this, we spoke to both distributors yesterday. When it came down to Thomas Oil was 15 cents above their cost. No taxes added. Tri-County was 10 cents a gallon above their cost, plus tax. The tax, I have it right here, is 0.027. Have it.
where is Tri-County based out of?
They have ownership in Barren and Hart
They're
County.
just going- I didn't know.
Here. Okay. The tax on gasoline is 0.278 per gallon, and the tax on on-road diesel was 0.248. So you're still looking at a cheaper, and again, this is just for the road department. This is not the sheriff's office. So you're still looking lower costs from
Sure.
Tri-County.
Sheriff, can I say something?
Based on your findings, Mr. Coomer, from Thomas Oil, the price is as you described, in other words,
Just say,
Listen,
can't-
Sheriff King speaking.
the price is as you described from Thomas Oil. In other words, you got their quote per gallon. So therefore, that would be information that I can calculate also.
Correct. Yes. Yeah, you're just gonna make your own decision for the
This is
sheriff's
not
department,
for the
is what he's
sheriff.
saying,
This-
yeah, you can use these, right?
That's right.
It'll be different when you go to bid yours, probably.
It could be, but you've done some work before me. In
Right.
other words, listening to you,
Yeah.
I've got some ballpark ideas of what
What's
each company
coming.
offers. That's what.
And I'm sure you will need fuel available in the city limits. I'm sure you will need fuel available in the city limits unless you put your own tanks in, which.
Okay, I'm not gonna get involved in this, as I've already talked to some of you all, Thomas Oil is a Barren County business, that's all I'll say. Nothing
Well,
against
I would-
Tri-County at all.
I would like, if I'm allowed, I'm a little confused where we are here. If I'm allowed, I would like to make a motion and that we go with Thomas. Considering, there's only a slight difference in the price. And them being a more local entity that we already been doing business with, that I just believe that would be better in the long run.
And, okay, there's a motion on the floor,
I'm making the motion. Second.
second by Gross, discussion anymore? The one thing I just wanna make sure is we will now have a tank on site at the road department at no charge, correct? Okay,
I'll just say I disagree. I think we need to get it where it's the most efficient for the county and still the best price.
Well, and the gasoline is actually cheaper with Thomas. I do want to point that out. The diesel will be a little more expensive, but the gas is cheaper. I would, they would balance out.
even with the motion and the second on the floor, I do have a question. I would like clarification, Mr. Pettigo, based on what you're saying versus what they submitted. I need that in writing. You said basically it's not the price that's listed here, but you said it was 10 cents off or
Yeah.
something in that regards. I need that in writing. Okay,
We have public comment.
real quick.
As a taxpayer, I'm for the cheaper price. If you take bids, why take bids if you're not gonna utilize it? And the other thing is, if Thomas next year, you'll take bids again, and they'll see that we're going for the cheaper rate, and they may give you a better deal. Thank you.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Work for us all.
I agree with him. I mean, if we're turning in bids and we're not accepting a low bid, what's the sense of turning in a bid?
And another thing, to me, are we gonna go by district? I mean, Mr. Dixon, he wants to use them in his district, does Derek want to use me in his district? Are we just gonna go district by district? If that's the case, that's something me and Susan and Jamie and Clary's all got to know. I mean,
Yes, we will actually discuss that, after this.
The other,
Yes.
the other question I have too is if Mr. Tenson's gonna use it, he's gonna use the $89 that's being quoted, correct? And not Scotty's quoted $86.90. We're not gonna use the $86.90 to bill, correct? We're gonna use what Cleary quoted. If they is used, we will use that price at $89.
I think the big thing is what we'll focus on is availability. Okay. Just for right. Okay. It's just an option, I think, is what I think it was asking for. Next, we got the motion second on the floor about the oil, fuel costs. Any more discussion, magistrates?
Motion made on.
The motion's made for Thomas Oil.
The recommendation from the committee was Tri-County, and all three members voted yes on that. I just want to make that word.
All right, we'll do an all in favor. This is gonna be interesting, okay. Okay, we'll do an all in favor, say aye. All opposed,
No,
2 noes. Was the other no down here? Was the no, it was Coomer and who was the other one? Bonnie was the other, okay. Just so she has it for her. All right. Next,
okay. This is the last one, chip seal. I have to read all these too. The way we bid on the chip seal was 2 different options. One, us, the county furnishing the rock and the oil, and option 2, the company furnishing the rock and the oil. And we had 4 different bids for each one of those. We bid single seal at 1 pass with the rock and the oil, a double seal, which is a double, and a triple. And then on top of that, a price for fog seal, which is a mist of black oil that goes over the chip seal that makes it look pretty and maybe holds a little better. I think it's more for looks, but I'm not a chip sealer. So I don't know, I'm not making that as a statement, I'm just. So. We'll start out with option 1. Scotty's, and this is bid by the square yard. So that way, before they was, up a 10-foot road and then a 14-foot and over, so that was kind of confusing. So we did it by the square yard. Single seal for Scotty's was 65 cents. Square yard. Cleary was 77 cents. A square yard, and Gaddy, was 94 cents a square yard. A double seal, Scotty's 87 cents a square yard. Cleary $1.54 a square yard, and Gaddy $1.26. Triple seal, Scotty's $1.17 a square yard. Cleary $2.31, and Gaddy $1.58. Fog seal, Scotty's 32 cents square yard, Cleary 50 cents a square yard, and no bid from Gaddy on the fog seal. Prep work, this is if you needed to go in and we had some big holes and cut it out, put base back in before we actually chip seal it. Scotty's is $412.50 per hour. Cleary bid it at per square yards, $5.25 per square yard. And Gaddy's bid it per piece of equipment. $150 per hour for each piece of equipment. Okay, that's option one. Option two is Scotty's single seal 65 cents a square yard, double seal 87 cents a square yard, triple seal $1.17 a square yard, and fog seal 32 cents a square yard, which is the exact same as option one. And then the price for the contractor to furnish oil and rock, the oil would be $250, the rock would be $19.85, or the wash nines $21.35, and the prep work would be $412.50 an hour. It was a recommendation of the committee, and the 3 vote 100% unanimous that Scotty's won this bid with option one. And you want to do some discussion?
Yeah, any discussion on this? The way I understood yesterday was that option one overall was the best choice, no matter who raised it, when everybody said, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
No discussion. I make the motion to accept Scotty's bid for option one.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion on the floor. Second, any more discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries.
Unfortunately, I have finished.
That was fun. Okay, next up, welcome. I'm glad we did the welcome after we've been here for now 40 minutes. But we need to approve the minutes. Before we get into that, I need to make announcements coming up. This week we have free concerts in Bell's Tavern Park at May the 10th. You have a free concert there. It starts at what time? Does anybody know? By 7. Is that the time? Gates open at 5:30. The Sip Shop and Stroll that was scheduled for last weekend has been rescheduled to May 31st. It's right here on the Glasgow Square. The Southern Kentucky Highland Games is coming on May the 30th and June the 1st. So that's gonna be at Park City as well. Graduation's coming up May the 18th. Is that correct? Barren County High School graduation is the 18th? No, that's not correct. They don't get out of school till the 23rd. Okay, that's right. Caverna's is 521 and Glasgow High School is 523. I'm guessing that I think Glasgow's, Barren County's is the 24th. They're gonna let them graduate before they get out of school, but I would like that. I'm trying to think of things. We have tornado siren maintenance today. With the issues that we ran into during the last storm. They are working diligently to make sure we knock out some of those issues before another storm comes. So they will be running those today, so make sure everyone understands that when they hear them. All right, need to approve the minutes of April 29th, 2025. Need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Motion by Coomer,
Second.
second by Pettigo. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the payment of claims as presented. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Stinson,
Second.
second by Potts. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the transfer of funds. Need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Stinson,
Second.
second by Gross. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the personnel actions as presented. Need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Motion by Coomer,
Second.
second by Pettigo. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the second reading of the ordinance. We're not doing that today, especially with the situation with Mr. Durham. I know he wants to be here. And we'd already decided that even before the situation with Mr. Durham, that we were not gonna vote that today. Due to, Mr. Richardson not being able to be here, he had asked that we move that to the May 20th meeting. He also, magistrates needs clarification as to what you want in the ordinance, with what you all asked in regards to the neighboring property. In that approval process for that, and how you want that to go. So he came to me yesterday asking that, okay? Next, we need to approve the resolution for the discontinuance of Soccer Way and accept the report from the viewers. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Motion by Gross,
Second.
second by Coomer. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve appointment of local emergency management volunteer deputy director. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Motion by Stinson,
Second.
second by Coomer. Any discussion? Yeah, this is a voluntary position, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the invoice for Brad for $11,250. Need a motion and a second.
I make the motion.
Motion by Stinson, or sorry, Kinslow,
Second.
second by Gross. This is just our normal payment to the Brad office, correct?
Not really.
Yeah, this is, I think this is for. What's our annual? Yeah, it's just right, okay. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Need to approve the invoice from Team Sports for $14,696. Any motion and a second?
Motion.
Motion by Pettigo,
Second.
second by Gross. This is the final payment for the uniforms, which look phenomenal on all of our players at Jackie Brown Park, and it's a local company as well. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Closing remarks, just don't forget, I know this has been a very, intense meeting, I guess to say. We continue to have those. We have another one coming up May the 20th, it seems, with the second reading of the ordinance. Just make sure and listen to your constituents, talk, ask questions between now and May 20th. To your magistrates, if you have those. We will not be having a hearing for that, second ordinance that's been asked, but I do ask you to reach out to your magistrates if you want to discuss that. Anything else? All right, I need a motion and a second to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Stinson,
Second.
second by, Coomer. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.